Hey guys, it's Leah and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a movie review for the film Ma. If you guys don't know, Ma is one of the latest, I guess you could say, thriller slash psychological horror film. It just came out last week, and we're going to take a look at it and see what I think. And basically at the end, I'm going to tell you guys whether I think it was worth it or not. Before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's jump right in. So Ma follows the storyline that this middle-aged woman befriends a bunch of high schoolers, starts to let them party in her basement, has a few rules, one of them being don't go upstairs, which is broken numerous times, by the way. And then we start to find out that apparently Ma and everybody else in this very small town went to high school together, and all of the parents apparently had this huge thing where they publicly humiliated Ma in a very sexual manner, so to say. I'm not going to reveal the entire thing. Basically, this scarred Ma for life. Once she found out that one of the kids was the child of the man that basically set her up, and then the other kids just so happened to be the children of the other people that set her up, she basically lost her shit and tries to seek revenge in the form of murder, which apparently is the best way to seek revenge. Now, you know, for this film, obviously, one of the things that sticks out the most is there's no character development whatsoever for the main characters, i.e. the high school students. And why I did air quotes, because Octavia Spencer, or Ma, is basically the star of the entire film. I would say the main character. So she has loads and loads of development. It's all about her, essentially, the entire film. The rest of the people are, I mean, they're pretty much stock characters of your typical horror film. It's the, no, we really shouldn't do this, I have a bad feeling about it, oh, stop being such a baby, and like doing it anyway, which some of those cliches fell in the wrong direction a little bit. Some of it was just a little stale, a little flat. I will say, however, Octavia Spencer, as we all know, is a phenomenal actress, and while this lady was a freaking psychopath, for a lot of the film, you're not sure. You're like, she's good, she's bad, she's good, she's bad, she's nice, but she's weird, she's nice, but so creepy. That's what they were going for, and I think they nailed that on the head perfectly. Of course, there's some really odd things that made absolutely no sense at all. A lot of the beginning of the film was just, it wasn't boring, but it wasn't, you know, as gripping as I would have liked it to be, and I think that's due to just a lot of the classic teenager tropes. I would say the film really had a pretty great ending up until the last maybe 2 minutes of the film. And a lot of times horror films, like, sometimes they don't really know how to wrap it up, especially if it's not part of a series or a franchise. So sometimes they're kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do. The end. This was great. Once she killed her first person, I was like, here we go. Like, and that was the roller coaster ride. I know that sounds insane, but we're talking about a horror movie. Then it started to get real good. The writing was great. There was a lot of dark stuff going on that was filmed perfectly, even though that's so strange to say. I mean, if we want to talk about the premise of the film, it's a little silly to be like, okay, this is all going to happen because you did this to me. But if you look at the premise of a bunch of other horror films, none of them really have to make a whole lot of sense. I do want to say the last 2 minutes of the film really made no sense to me. Not that they didn't make any sense, but I was kind of in the theater scratching my head. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to be spoiled, I mean, I guess. But spoiler alert, she gets stabbed in the back, which is kind of funny, by one of the teenagers, and she's just like fine. She gets up like she's Freddy, Jason, or Mike Myers, and just kind of like continues on creepily walking through this burning house, like as if she wasn't stabbed right in basically the spinal cord. So I was kind of like, all right. And then they started really playing on that, like when they knocked her out with a frying pan, she's laying there unconscious, and then all of a sudden she like opens her eyes. So that was kind of, I was like, okay, well, okay, I didn't know that she was supernatural. I just thought that she was like this normal psycho lady. You know, overall, I do want to say I'm not mad about this film, although a lot of it was very just like typical and cliche. It was enjoyable to watch. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't sitting in the theater like, oh my god, like speed it up. Like, let's go. Like, can we get out of here? That didn't happen. It was pretty fun to watch if you just stop being super critical and just kind of enjoy yourself throughout the movie. But is it worth it? I don't think so, guys. I think I'm going to have to say that this film, Ma 2019, was not worth it. It felt like a Netflix movie, and that's not to say Netflix movies aren't great or can't be enjoyable, but I think a lot of you will know what I mean when I say that. It felt like something that I would just flick through Netflix on a Wednesday night and say, hey, this sounds interesting, let me watch it for an hour and a half. Not something that I would go to a theater for, or have a lot of hype over. Like, I can't really imagine myself being like, all right, guys, let's watch Ma. Like, let's go Friday night and see Ma. Let's catch it. That's why I didn't watch it on Thursday when it came out. I waited a few days. I enjoyed it. Don't think it's worth it for you guys to spend the money to go see it in theaters. I would definitely catch it if you guys can, if they ever put it on Hulu or a streaming device, HBO, Netflix, whatever, or if you guys want to get it on DVD to add to a horror collection. I would totally recommend seeing it. I just don't think it's worth it to pay for it. That's going to be the end of this video, guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of Ma, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. That's going to be it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.